It was over a 300-mile range.
It's a colossal. Yeah.
So
the spread is massive.
we were talking about the Main Gem Mineral Museum. They have a bounty out right now. The first person to bring a 1-kilogram piece of the meteorite that hit into Maine and Quebec. I think it's a $25,000 reward.
Whoa, what are we doing here, dude?
Well,
let's go.
I was just up on that border, and I was thinking, if that was a 300-mile spread, someone's really working for this.
Yeah.
Like, they're really going to work for it. So if you're in the Northeast, if you want to get some poutine and drive up, Auger Screw Falls, I highly recommend it. You might be able to find that piece of meteorite up there. And if you do, just tell them Tom Joyce sent you.
Yeah.
You can send it in poutine to
Take a
JTV.
Picture. Yeah.
Yeah,
Take
whatever
a picture,
you have
send
to
it
do.
To us.
Yes, exactly. We would love to
Tag
talk to you
us.
about it as well. We don't have as deep of pockets, but we can still work something out.
We've got some.
Yeah, we can get into Bill's office and find something to give you.
We could probably find someone to facet it for you if you wanted to.
Exactly.
Basketball-sized.
So with this stuff, and we're going to get to the Moldavite next, because I know people like Moldavite so much, but you can be shopping that now if you're interested in that, because as you look, there is a shop feature down at the bottom. It'll just say shop. Sometimes it's a magnifying glass in a box. We've worked really hard. It's always changing up, so I don't always know what I'm talking about. But you can see everything that's in this show and then shop it. If you're in a hurry and you know what you're looking for, you can click on it, see it, and be like, I ain't got any more time to listen to this bozo. I'm out of here. And I completely understand. I won't even be insulted or anything. I get it.
Okay, I've finally got my computer back up and running, so I've got our YouTube audience. I see Jackie's there. I know Oscar is there in chat as well. Hello, guys. We've got some new faces. If you're watching from YouTube, this is regular old me, Rob, but I've also got Tom here with me today.
Hey.
We're collaborating. We're showing off some awesome impactites and tektites. We've got Libyan desert glass. We've got Moldavite, and the third one was Indo-Chinese
Tektite.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so if it seems like we're a hamstrung operation, today we are. Welcome to the Playhouse. It will get figured out.
Yeah.
We have two of the best people in the world sitting in the back in the booth. Oh, wait, Eric's in there. We have one of the best people in the world back there sitting in the booth. I thought Andrew was in there. He snuck out, so there's a lot of stuff going on. No, but I mean that a lot. Like, we have the best people in the world working in here. I promise you, and we're trying our best to bring you everything.
Don't worry. We still have our live stream tonight at 7 p.m., which will be in our regular studio. We'll have Rebecca on, as well as another special guest with some awesome cool specimens. And we'll be cracking open some geodes like we normally do as well. But this is a little special sneak appetizer stream that we wanted to kind of try out. We're going to be trying out some new things in the coming weeks. But this is just one of them. So thank you so much for tuning in.
So welcome in, and thank you for being here. That's the most important thing. So as this spins around, the first parcel you purchased was Moldavite. Well, I'm happy you got that. That was one that we worked really hard on. So as this spins around, this is Moldavite. So this is something that I'm looking around right now. I think I might just use my phone for this so everybody can see it. Because as you saw that Indo-Chinese tektite, you don't have any kind of translucency on that. It's really just blacked out. It's really dark. With this, you can see that light shine through it. So it's translucent. It's that nice, just green color that's glowing. Sorry, I'm not used to cameras.
Ooh, no, you're doing great.
Yeah, so you can really see just that color that's coming out of it. The other thing that I think is really cool is that if you do any kind of studying of gemology, if you're into gemology, I always want a piece that's going to show me everything that's going to be definitive to say, this is a good piece. I know what I have. So as this spins around, and we got a good overhead shot of it, I'll pick it up here in a second. There's a nice piece of a nice conchoidal fracture that really shows that glassy luster that you expect out of a piece of tektite. So as it comes around, you can see it right there. I'm trying to get it to get that shimmer.
There it goes.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
that is typical of glass. You know that you have a real tektite there, and just trying to get the reflection on it so it shows. Now there are some of these pieces. One of the biggest things that can be said in this, if you're a YouTube customer and you might, or a YouTube viewer, I apologize. Everyone's a customer. I just haven't sold to you yet. That's all it is. Everyone's attracted to something. So if you're a YouTube viewer and you might not be used to our descriptions, there are things that you can click through to get those. On these, they say size and shape vary. We're selling by a weight. You can't get a uniform weight out of Moldavite because it is an impact piece. It's going to spread out and cools instantly. So as fast as it cools and spreads, it just isn't happening. So all of these are going to be by weight, and they will have a little bit of a different shape to them. Some might be more elongated, some might be more stubby. Stubby pink, also nicknamed in high school. But as you look at these, they are going to be a little bit different, but the thing that you have going for you is that the weight is always going to be correct, because we have to sell everything by weight.
Right.
It's just, that's how the world goes with Moldavite. When I said that I was at shops and they were selling it for $80 a gram, this piece here, I would have to look it up. I'm actually using the feature. If you tap on the picture, it'll take you to the product landing page, and you can add it to your cart from there. You can learn all kinds of things that Robert or I might not be telling you. Mm-hmm. So this is an 8-gram piece. So at $80 a gram,
oh gosh,
Tom Joyce is going to tip my hat to you, good sir. Wish you luck in selling this in the future. And I'm going to go back here and look at tumbled chrysocolla pieces, something in my price range, because there's a price range for everyone, for everyone. But at $80 a gram, that is not Tom Joyce's price range. I have a pair of shoes to purchase.
Today. That's why we got Tom on today.
Yeah.
Give him the Tom price. Yeah, we've got there's a link just dropped in chat, and then there's also a link in the description. If you like any of the things that we show you guys today, you can check them out and see what fits your price point if you're interested in expanding your collection, which I always am, personally.
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's the biggest thing. I have a real bad problem where I'm in love with fluorite. Like, I've never seen a fluorite that I don't want. But every time I pick up a fluorite and go to show it to my wife, she's looking at me like, you don't need another fluorite.
Not another one.
And I'm like, no, but the formation and where it came from.
The color zoning, please.
Yeah, just let me have this. Let me have this. So, more Moldavite. Let's show a couple more pieces. I see there's someone in here that says they're from Chicago. I'm kind of from Chicago, but not really. Question for Tom, do I have to be careful with the mammoth tooth slice? I would be very careful with it. They're pretty stable, but with anything that old, it can be a little bit brittle. What I would probably do is get one of the like a plate display. It almost looks like the bookend thing. We used to have them here that we would put slices on. I would put it on that, but I would put it on a pad. And in all honesty, it probably wouldn't hurt, like when you have an opal display or something like that, to just maybe have a cup of water in the same place and just leave it in the bottom so it kind of gets a little moisture coming from that. But if you got one of the long, like, polish on both sides, you're probably pretty good. That's I'm very excited for anyone who got any of the dinosaur teeth, because I've been in love with them for the longest time. I just had to do all of my due diligence to bring it in, because this is just going to be a full disclosure. Like, out in the world, I don't like fossils. I just don't. There's so many fakes, repros.
Man.
It's really hard to figure out. Like, if you have a trusted vendor like Tom Joyce, like if Tom Joyce sold you something. The man is
good.
Yeah, I mean.
The man is good.
Yeah, we're trying to say, we did the work for you. You can trust that it is what it is. But if you go to a dirt lot show in Tucson and some guy has trilobites for $3 a piece, I gotta walk away. I have to. I can't do that stuff.
That ain't it. We got a question from YouTube. What was the weight on that Moldavite? That was 8 grams, correct?
The one that we just showed was 8 grams, and the one that I have in front of me now
they're hefty.
Is 11 grams.
11
so
grams.
This is going to be the biggest one that we have in this show. We had some yesterday that were 13 grams and they sold. So there's some of these that, I do say, when they're selling them at $80 a gram retail out in the world, I stand by. These are great retail prices. And that's something that JTV, we've been around 30 years. We're a big name in the business. We have the buying power that we can do this. So it's not fake. There's no reason to think, well, I saw it at a shop and, on vacation and it was, this much. Why is yours so cheap? It must be fake. It's really not. We're just experienced buyers. Between our buying team, I think we probably have, let's see, George Jay,
We got a ton
myself,
of specialists.
We're
that
probably
just do
over
this.
100 years. Yeah, like this is our world. Like this is all we think about. So it's not something that, you know, we just come across and we're surprised. We're always surprised at the increase in prices, but if we can keep them stable, very important.
YouTube question, will you be getting more Moldavite in? Well, we've got a bunch just here with us on hand right now.
Yeah,
right?
we have a bit right now, and that's something that we're constantly trying to get more. If you click the shop button that is on here, if you're on YouTube, if you go to JTV Extra, you can find the shop button. We have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SKUs right now of Moldavite in there. Some might have 1, some might have 15 in there, but you know, we are always on the hunt for Moldavite. The problem that happened with Moldavite, you know, you don't want to say it's just that, but it's the combination of social media and metaphysical.
Oh, yeah.
This stuff used to be bought wholesale for $3 a gram. Those days are over. It will never go back to $3 a gram because it started getting on social media and became the most popular stone that's being sold. You know, we pride ourselves in tanzanite, rubies, emerald, sapphires. Moldavite just spread like wildfire, and it's extremely hard to find because of that. So once that happens, we are always telling our overseas teams, we need more Moldavite, we need more Moldavite. And
I think it's the story that
it
sells
really is.
Moldavite. I think the narrative of a meteor from space crashing to the ground so hard that it liquefies the very earth that it hits, and that earth is scattered to the winds and cools in midair and is scattered across hundreds of kilometers of area.
Yeah.
And it looks like that, and it's got air bubbles in it from when it was like stretched out in the air, and it can have gas trapped in it, and it's long and streaky. Yeah, actually, gas bubbles are a good thing to look for if you're trying to
very much so.
sniff out real Moldavite from the glass.
And, and those flow lines, they have a term for them. It's specific to that. I can't pronounce it. I'm not going to try. Starts with an L. But if you have a loop, a microscope, if you bought faceted Moldavite, it's one to get under a microscope. It's another world in there. So one thing that we're going to show you, so we did all the meteorite stuff. That's always exciting. I love doing the meteorite stuff. We're going to go into, this is, you know, they always talk about the big 3 stones, which is ruby, emerald, sapphire. Well, I feel like Alexandrite doesn't get its due. So we're going to show an Alexandrite. Now, we got to zoom in on that. We're really squinting. I'm trying too.
Gotta love Alexandrite.
No, it is not the biggest. It's just, it's not. The biggest Alexandrite I've probably seen, it's on our website. It's over 20 carats, but it's a cabochon. I think it's actually well over 20 carats. So on this one, the big thing about this stone that is so important is this is Brazilian material. And every trade show that I go to, every Alexandrite dealer is like, I would buy every bit of Brazilian material that I could find right now because it's just not being mined. I'm really big on, I don't ever like to use the term mined out because it just means they're not mining it now or they haven't found it in a while. This is a big planet,
Surely
and there's just no telling when they're going to hit it next. I relate this a lot that I know some people who own a rhodochrosite mine, they didn't hit for 5 years. So they finally hit, it's paying for itself eventually, but I don't ever like saying mined out. It's currently not being mined. So the great thing with this Brazilian material, it's really clean and it has excellent color change, really, really strong color change. Fluoresces nicely. I'm really big on fluorescence. So as you see this spin around, so it's a 27-point minimum, which it's smaller. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also have to put in millimeter varies because you could just be like a 4x3, a 4.2 by 3.1. A lot of times with a colored gemstone, they're trying to maximize the color and maximize the weight because that's how everything is sold, is by weight. So if they can cut it a little wonky on one side to add another 3 to 4 points, that 3 to 4 points could be $300 to $400.
Yeah, it'll be
so
worth it.
Perfect cuts are hard to find. And I'm going to get a t-shirt made at some point because I say it all the time that imperfections are perfections. There's a reason that it's there. There's a reason they didn't fix it. There's a reason they put that inclusion underneath. If you're ever able to go to the Alfie Norville Gem and Mineral Museum, they have a Savorite garnet in there. And when you walk up, Savorite garnet typically is a really clean stone. Fine quality, large Savorite garnet is always very clean.
Hey, we're both susceptible. I'm just glad you're doing it too.
Hi. So on this one, it's very large. So when you see large Savorite garnet, that's also a really big thing. Well, they left a pyrite crystal inside under the table of this Savorite garnet.
Love it.
So we were lucky enough to be there with Bruce Bridges, and he explained that the reason they did it is that pyrite is an indicator mineral when they're mining. So as that goes through, and they start seeing pyrite, they know they're getting pretty close to a pocket or a vein. So the great thing with that was they had the foresight to say, this is going to be a large stone, let's leave that in there. And it really does, it just draws your eye even more to that piece. So we're really lucky to be able to view all this stuff and to really be there to witness everything in its magic.
We appreciate you guys coming from various platforms around the organization, especially from our YouTube audience. Very happy to see you guys here, well represented. I think your talk about mines that are never mined out, they're just not currently mined, has got some people in chat wanting to break out their shovels and pickaxes and just put holes in their yard.
I'm all for it because it really is something that my wife and I are rock hounders, more my wife than me. But we are lucky enough in this area that there are so many places that you can go out on the weekend and rock hound, from Douglas Lake to all kinds of stuff. Okay. So I think we're going to show one last piece. And then, what was that, Shane?
Cool.
Well, Amanda just showed them to me.
Another.
I thought so too.
That's correct. That is correct.
I thought so too.
Sorry, we've got some voices in our ears that we're talking to our own head voices. That's a new one, at least for me. Tom is no stranger to head voices, but I've never been doubly mic'd up before. I've got a little noodle coming out of my ear today.
Yeah, there's a man in the bushes.
In my parents' backyard, my dad was gardening, landscaping like he does. He never stops moving. And he found a big crystal, and he was like, "Do you know what this is?" And he showed it to me. It was a dogtooth calcite that was this big. And I showed it to some coworkers, and they were like, "If I found that in my yard, it'd be full of holes."
Yeah.
I would be digging constantly. And he's found a couple other things. Unfortunately, I think the dirt was like fill dirt from a mine in out of state or something. And so the crystals were like dinged up because calcite's very soft. So they weren't like perfect, but man, they were huge. I've got some of them on my desk.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would absolutely be chasing that down. So we mentioned having the winners coming up here soon. We are also going to show one more piece and announce the winners. So as you see this spin around, if you're watching on YouTube for sure, I know our Gem Discovery people will know this. We've always been mixed faceted people. We've always made parcels. We have probably sold more loose gemstones than anyone. That's just
more than just about it.
More than anyone. We have over $10 million of gemstones, actually over $100 million of gemstones, I apologize, on our website right now. And that's more than we've ever had in our company history, and we're 30 years into this.
Wow.
So as this parcel spins around, you're going to see glass-filled ruby, chrome dioxide. Looks like there's blue topaz in here.
Beautiful.
And you're getting all of these at that price. So what we really like about these mixed faceted parcels are they are a great way to have an instant collection come to your home. And it really is great because if you follow what goes on with mixed faceted parcels, chrome dioxide is one that is very difficult to get out because it's mined in short bursts. But these are really, really nice color, good color on all of these. And this will come with, we don't have one with us, but it comes with a little authenticity card because there was probably 6 months ago, we wanted to look out to see what other faceted parcels were out there, just to see where do we rank in quality compared to other people online that are selling mixed faceted parcels. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. As we started to go look through it, we're not selling you glass and calling it a natural gemstone. We're not selling you plastic and calling it a natural gemstone. And a lot of people are. That was the big thing that we took away from it. So we came up with an authenticity card. We stand by this. I'm a graduate gemologist. George has years of experience in doing this. We have so many FGAs and gemologists in this building that if we're telling you that we're selling you something, it is what we're selling. We don't have any reason, it's like we said before, we don't have any reason to lie about it. We're going to be completely honest about what is being sold because there's no point in lying. It's a natural gemstone. It does have a treatment. We're going to tell you the treatment because there are no bad treatments as long as it's being disclosed to you properly. That's the most important thing. So as this spins around, just remember you can always hit the shop button. This will be live on JTV Extra for probably 2 more weeks. I don't know how long they stay on there. You can probably find it on YouTube again.
Yeah.
It'll play again.
Yeah, it'll be stored as a VOD on YouTube. And if you're interested, I see some questions about the links to the parcels. So this time, instead of links to individual products like we normally do on our YouTube broadcast, we've got a link to the whole page. And that has been dropped in chat by a bot and also by the gemstones.com moderating team. That's me today. The whole team. So you can click that link to explore and shop any of the things that you've seen today. But before we go, that link is also in the description of this video on YouTube. But before we go, we want to announce our giveaway winners. We did the giveaway kind of on the sly this time. We did it a little bit differently than we normally do on YouTube. But we have one.
Which one do we want to give away first?
Oh.
So we have the Moldavite that we see spinning right now. This is a facetable piece of Moldavite.
Oh, how do I choose? And then the other one is a Herkimer.
Herkimer quartz, yes.
Herkimer quartz specimen.
That has at least 4 exposed Herkimers that you can see. I showed it to my wife.
It's big.
And she said if you crack that open, you'll probably find 10 more.
So we've chosen a winner from our YouTube audience, and we've chosen a winner from our Facebook audience.
Okay.
It doesn't feel fair to be the one to decide which one goes where.
All right. I'm just going to reach over and grab one.
Okay.
We're doing the Moldavite first. We'll do this for YouTube.
Okay. I've got, this is great. I've got the winner from our YouTube audience is Jackie Kaya, C-A-Y-A, Jackie. We've seen you in chat before. I know you're here a lot, and you're a real fan of the show, so I'm very glad that you have won, and it's a stunning Moldavite. It's a large one as well. I think you were asking about the Moldavite sizes. Well, you'll see it in person.
Yeah, so on this one, I don't know what happened to it. It's the weirdest thing. We'll find something for you, though, Jackie. I promise you that.
So,
I don't know.
Jackie, all you got to do to claim this thing is send your address to jtvextra@jtv.com. I'll type that in chat for you.
Congratulations, Jackie. That's exciting. So we're going to try and do giveaways every time we do one of these shows. But the great thing, the easiest thing, every Monday at noon on JTV/extra or on YouTube, we're going to get you in there. So let's give away the Herkimer. Do I have that name?
Yeah, so we've got our Facebook.
We have?
Yeah, we've got a winner from our Facebook audience. Suzanne M. You're watching on Facebook. Congratulations. You've just won a colossal Herkimer quartz specimen. And to claim that for yourself, you have to send an email address. Send an email to jtvextra@jtv.com with your address so that we can ship it to you.
Yeah, and the exciting thing about this, if you're a JTV viewer, if you're YouTube and just coming in, these are both from the collection of Bill Counts. He's one of the founders of our company. He was nice enough to give us these pieces.
Thank you.
So we want to pass them on to you. So these already have lots of provenance behind them. Well, now they have a little bit more because they came from Bill Counts. So we're going to wrap this up because we're butting up against other shows. There's all kinds of stuff going. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very much for watching from our YouTube audience and from Facebook. Again, to the winners, just send an email to jtvextra@jtv.com, and we will send you your prizes.
And be sure to tune in tonight to his live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern,
7
YouTube,
p.m. in our regular spot, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back in the studio with a special guest. Don't miss it.
Exciting stuff. Thanks so much for watching.